All right, everyone, this is NorvellCentral coming back at you with another YouTube video, and it is 4th of July Eve. So, you know what this means. Fireworks are going to be coming for Florida State in the 23 class, and there is a lot of momentum for Florida State going forward in this class so far. And right now, they're not really expected too much buzz so far before the month of July. They're ranked 44th in the composite rankings for 247 Sports. They actually got Roderick Kearney, their last commit, that brought a little bit more about some excitement. And then they also got DeMarco Ward right after him. So those two commits going forward is going to be huge for Florida State. But, you know, when you're looking at the guys that are going to be coming on and making their intentions known in the month of July, you look at a guy like Keldrick Faulk, the four-star defensive end out of Alabama. It's a really big get for Florida State if they're able to get him because they're battling with Auburn and Clemson. And I think those are going to be two main competition there. I think Clemson is kind of a sleeper in that recruitment. And I'm super excited to see where that ends up because I believe he's going to end up being a top 100 prospect. And then you look at a guy like Avery Stewart. He's going to be deciding on July the 6th. He's going to be deciding between Auburn and also Kentucky and Florida State. That's going to be huge for Florida State going forward there. Stewart's already got 3 crystal ball predictions to Florida State right now. And the one team that I would watch out for there is Kentucky. If Mark Stoops lights him at defensive back, I think that could be a situation where Florida State could be in a little bit of trouble. But I do think that Avery Stewart is a very, very talented player, and we'll see where that goes. Then you got a guy like Lucas Simmons, 4-star out of Clearwater. He's actually originally from Sweden. And he's been a guy that Florida State's been on for quite some time, just like Roger Kearney. It's the same situation. They offered really, really early in the process. And you got teams like Florida and also USC that are involved in that recruitment. And there may be some rumors that he may be backing up his commitment. It was going to be early July, but, you know, we'll see if it goes through that process. I think it's worse for Florida State going forward if he does do that. But for right now, I would watch out for USC and Florida, like I said. I do think that Florida State sits in a good position, not really seeming right now that he would be swaying away from Florida State right now, but I do think Alex Atkins' staff has been doing really good there. Then you got a guy like Tavion Gadsden. He's a guy from Savannah, Georgia, defensive tackle, 3-star. And I do think Florida State's been on him for quite some time. Now, a lot of people look at 3 stars and they're like, oh, you know, stray away from that. He's at the 88 composite rate right now. He's from the state of Georgia. Georgia recently offered, and they may be able to get into the boat later on in his recruitment. Florida State's got to lock that commit down. I mean, they're going to be playing him at multiple positions, not only the defensive tackle spot, but also the strong defensive end spot as well. So there's a lot of different things that Florida State really has to take advantage of there. Then you got a guy like Dalen Smothers, the 4-star running back that officially visited this past weekend as well. And this is a situation where he's gotten crystal ball to Oklahoma. Now, I think he's up to 5 crystal ball predictions, and that's not looking good for Florida State in that regard. I'm hoping that he extends that commitment, announcing that later on into the season. We'll see how that turns out with that commitment, but hopefully Florida State's able to kind of get into the driver's seat there. It is good, though, that they did have Samuel Singleton from Florida also there to kind of react that kind of commitment there. So hopefully if Samuel Singleton can kind of get through that, he's able to announce in July or August or somewhere on that time frame that Florida State would be able to get him into the fold. Then you got a guy like Brock Glenn. I think that's another one where Florida State is wanting to get 2 quarterbacks in this system. He's a 4-star quarterback out of Memphis, Tennessee. He's had a previous relationship with the staff all the way back from their time at Memphis. And I think he is a guy that Florida State really, really wants to go after. Now, he was in that Elite 11 competition. He didn't do as well as chrisparson, but I do think that he is a talented quarterback that you can work around. He's got a good arm. I think he's more of a pocket passer type quarterback. chrisparson's more of a dual threat, got a live arm, needs to work on his accuracy more, but I do think overall, I think Brock Glenn is a talented quarterback. You got to look out for teams like Ohio State, Auburn, you know, and Florida State as well. He's basically kind of picking between those 3. So we'll definitely see how that goes. Crystal ball predictions right now have him at Auburn, but those could change because those were made a while back. So hopefully Florida State made enough moves there. If they're able to get 2 quarterbacks in this class, I mean, that's a very, very good sign because you really don't know what's going to happen with Jordan Travis. You don't know how, you know, A.J. Duffy is going to be after developing as a true freshman. And then Tate Rodemaker, you don't know how his production is going to be, especially getting up and elevating in that role. So there's a lot of different things that Florida State's going to have to watch out for. Will they get more talented prospects in this class? And right now, like I said, there are 2 official scheduled times. Keldrick Falk is going to be July the 5th, and then also Avery Stewart is going to be July the 6th. So those are 2 recruitments you're going to have to watch out for in the next coming days. But I do expect Florida State to really, really take advantage of that. And when you're looking at certain things about how Florida State is going to be able to do anything, and I think Florida State's going to have to take advantage of everything. I know that this has been a rough month for a couple of different things for us so far, but I do think Florida State is going to take advantage of that. Now, I did have an Instagram comment earlier, and this is a person that was asking, what is our ranking if we get Stewart, Falk, Simmons, and also Singleton? And when I calculated that up in the class calculator, we would be 12th in the country according to 247 Sports Composite. So that's really important to realize that it's not a matter of, getting all this talent, because it's great to be 12th in the country and getting all this talent. You have to win on the field. And that's the problem that Florida State's run into so far. These last 5 seasons have not been easy for Florida State going forward there. Mike Norvell is selling a great vision there, but you have to produce. You have to get these results on the field. And I think that's what most of these recruits are waiting on. Can you wait for the season? I'm not really sure. But if you're able to go into that season, let's just say you beat Duquesne, you turn around and have a close contest against LSU, you beat Louisville, you beat Boston College, you beat Wake Forest, that's a 4-1 start. And that's a really, really good start before you're starting that NC State, Clemson, and then the back half of the schedule before you go on. So I really think that there is enough generation there or momentum that you could have for that certain spot. Now, in terms of quarterback, I think we're going to get 2 this cycle. That's what they've always wanted. Running back, I think they're going to get 1 to 2. Depends on if they can get Singleton and Smothers. You turn around and get wide receiver, I think they're going to get 4 and probably even a transfer. I think it's just that needed in a room. Randy Pittman decommitted, so I definitely think we're going to get 1 to 2 tight ends. I definitely think it's going to be mostly 1 if they got to have a guy that they really like there. Offensive line, I could see 3, possibly 4 if they have a guy that they really, really like, but they've got a lot of backup options. Then you turn around and go to the defensive line. I think they're going to get 7 defensive linemen, so maybe even 6. Just kind of depends. Linebacker, the board is what it is, and we've got 1 linebacker committed so far. I think we're going to get at least 2 in that regard. Defensive back, I think they like where they're at with the defensive backfield. They may go after 3 or 4. Just kind of depends. The board is already kind of how it is. But I do think Florida State's sitting in a good spot with some of its main targets that they have. Now, you have to piece everything together. You have to win on the field, and you have to show them a consistent product. And I definitely think Florida State's on the right track. I think their last official visitor weekend, like I said, was a major success. Now, will they capitalize on that going forward? And that's the biggest key. Will we see some fireworks coming up after 4th of July? Hopefully so. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. I'm at 1,250 subscribers, and I'm continuing to put out daily content on my Instagram and Twitter page. Be sure to go check both of those platforms out for me. And as always, I hope everyone has a safe and happy 4th of July. And as always, go Noles.